Hey, I got something. This is a puzzle for my Jetta.
Okay.
I can't figure it out. I sent it to Ty. He can't figure it out. Sub-zero is -7 or whatever when I was driving to work the other day, and my light out light came on. Bulb out warning came on, but both headlights were running just fine. And then on the interstate around about Grand Ledge, so halfway to Lansing, the driver's side bulb flicked on, flicked back off, and stayed off. And I got off on Saginaw, and I got a cinnamon roll. I like QD cinnamon rolls. They're pretty damn good. Started the car up. Bulb came back to life, but the bulb out warning was still on. Drove the back way to work, and it flicked off again after a few minutes. And I recorded a video, and I sent it to him. Bulb was out. High beams. Both bulbs worked just fine. Shut the car off. Start the car right back up. Turn the headlights on. They're both on. Haven't had that issue since. It was just when it was sub-zero. I had that. I don't understand why it's throwing a warning.
Something with the ballast, the cooling fan, whatever, something in there. I had one on my car, believe it or not.
I think it's a connection.
And it varies.
But it's the same side, only one side?
It's only ever the driver's side.
I think it's a connection.
Here's the thing.
What about today? It's a little bit warmer. Same problem? No problem?
Low beams work just fine. I don't even have the indicator
I think it's because
light.
it got so fucking cold.
But I've had this issue before, no matter how many times I do the lights, where if they're cold, like on a cooler day, if I just flick my high beams on when I leave the house so they're not warmed up or anything, the driver's side will... So the high beam will come on, and then both lights on the driver's side will shut off, and then they'll flash back on. Oh, sorry, they'll flick... Both lights on the driver's side will shut off, but if I immediately pull the stalk back to turn off high beams, the low beam light comes back and it stays on just fine.
Wonder if that has something to do with your light control module.
Sorry.
That wasn't the chair, was it?
It was. It was a chair.
But I had an LED headlight on my car, the right side. You pull up to a building, it would be lit, you could see it. But going down the road, it wouldn't project anything out front. It would be lit, but it would not project anything out front.
Wouldn't project. That's weird.
I had the same
TV.
thing, like, and
I
granted,
need you
this
to talk
is
for a couple minutes.
completely different style
I
bulb.
need you to talk a little bit.
What do you want to talk about?
Good.
Check. 1, 2, 1, 2.
But like my house bulbs, I have freaking LEDs throughout my house. If I turn the lights off, I have one in my dining room that'll burn for another 20 seconds, very dim.
Fading. Oh, just dim?
Yep. That bulb's going out.
I had that when the bulbs were new. And they've
still
run
get
just
it.
fine, so it's just, I don't know if the LEDs don't draw enough power or if they draw too much. It's throwing a weird error. Because it's a German car. It's got computers galore.
Oh, you got a TV there, too.
Yeah, that's the TV that was there.
I was like, where the fuck did that come from?
But you know, I mean, with them, I don't know, the cold affects, this extreme fucking stupid cold affects everything. My heat in my car's a fairly nice, newer car.
Yeah. For a Cavalier, yeah.
Okay. If I had it on
A
floor
Buick
or vent,
Cavalier.
Yeah.
it would only blow out defrost.
Really?
If I took it off vent and put it on defrost and floor, it would blow on floor and defrost. If I put it just on floor, it would blow out defrost. But you get it warmed up good during the day after the extreme cold in the morning. It would work just fine like it's supposed to. Vents would work, everything. Today, everything works on my car.
So I got to cut into this headlight conversation for a second. That dash camera.
Car complaints, yeah.
Yeah, so that dash camera deal that I sent you, if you want one, that deal's only good for about 15 more minutes.
Oh,
If you want to order it right now, and if you don't like it, you can return it. You just take it to your Amazon return center. I ordered one because I want to try it. It's 4K dash camera for $85. That's pretty good.
I just ordered one today off Amazon.
Did you order one? Okay.
Well, it was $85, probably the same one.
Rove.
Oh, let me see.
I sent you the link earlier today. However, I didn't know what you did with it. But it was those lightning deals are only good for a few hours at a time. Well, there's only about 15 minutes left on that one. I just happened to catch it, and I'm like, holy shit, that's a good deal.
Hey, we got to kick it.
Oh, yeah. Yo. Oh.
You okay over there?
I'm okay. Liberty and lead. Keep it local. Keep it cash. Tell the feds kiss your ass. I'm Ty.
I'm Moo.
I'm Trigger.
And he's Greg.
I'm Dubs.
He's G-Dubs.
G-Dubs.
We're studying up. I'm studying up on getting ready for a SHOT Show special we're going to do when the professor can get his ass out here. I've got a lot of notes. He's got a lot of notes. He is gung-ho. He's even got some ideas for us for maybe getting there one day. Hopefully we can figure that shit out. Okay, back to...
Hold on. I got something to kick things off, but I'm going to buy this. So, oh, by the way, I got some fast food bitches. So I was going to get some food on the way here. My normal spot, Popeyes. Lying around the building.
I see that.
Service there already sucks, so I guess I'm going to skip on that. Head down to McDonald's. Nobody waiting at the menu boards. First car's around the corner a little bit. All right, this should be fine. It's McDonald's. They're usually generally fast. I ordered, among other things, nuggets. That's what they're known for, right?
Nuggies.
McNuggets.
Back when I was a kid, they had dark meat and white meat. Now it's all white meat.
So tell me why at 6 o'clock on a Friday, I had to wait for nuggets to be made. 6 o'clock on a Friday night, and you guys don't have an abundance of nuggets made?
Maybe they just had somebody come through and order 1,000.
Yeah, you can get them like that.
Then why'd you take so long to get here?
Anyway.
Sorry.
Traffic has been trash. The weather has been trash. I froze my ass off. I've been dealing with driving on this stuff. After a while, driving in the summer is pretty gravy, you know. But driving in this winter weather when it's really bad and you're white knuckling it, after a while, it wears you out. It wears you out. I was fucking dead on my feet. I didn't want to work Tuesday. I didn't want to work Wednesday or Thursday.
So we had to take Friday off.
But I worked them because I didn't get a slide. And I signed up. Goose signed up for slides, or didn't? He wanted one. They didn't get it. Him and
He didn't work today, but I don't think he works Fridays.
no, we don't work Fridays. I was going to volunteer to work earlier in the week because we're kind of far behind after Line Haul doesn't leave.
Freaking wussies.
But after the week and all the days and a 10-hour day feels like 15 when you're driving, hanging on for dear life.
I had
was fucking worn out, man.
During that really cold snap, I got on the interstate. I was in a truck that had traction control that was set up wrong. Like when it kicks in the wrong way. So, you know, in traction control in these trucks, correct me if I'm wrong, it's supposed to activate a corner to slow it down if it's getting oversped, correct?
Just kills
Yes.
power. I thought it
No.
killed power.
It
No,
shuts
traction
down
control
one
on
corner.
something on a tractor trailer, or tractor, sorry, because you don't have traction control on a trailer. Traction control on a tractor will actually apply the brakes to a wheel that's slipping and spinning
Really?
to stop that one to give more traction to this one or more power to the next or the
Just like a
the
car.
other
like,
side. Yeah, it's basically, but it's applying the brakes to get the power over to the one that's actually stationary.
So I pulled out of the driveway, and I had to give it a bootful to cut through all the slush because, you know, the plow trucks weren't going to work when it's that cold. Why
No
would
shit.
they? So Gave it a bootful to cut through the slush. And the guy said the traction control was acting up. And I gave him shit. I was like, no, don't worry. I know how to drive. I don't worry about it. Just fucking with him.
Turn that shit off.
Well, problem is if you roll for a while, it turns itself back on. Fucking poking the button on the dash. So I turn out, give it a bootful to cut through slush. And then this thing, the traction control started blinking like it was active. And the truck started turning. And I let my foot off the gas. And it still kept turning. Because it wouldn't take its own throttle off. I had to clutch it to get it back under control. So I was dealing with that all fucking day. Every time I turned out of a place, it would try and jackknife itself.
Trailer push you around, and
the trailer wasn't pushing. The tractor, when you take your foot off the throttle, it doesn't take power off. It keeps going. So I'd have to clutch it to get it back under control, which I don't want to do that all day. But I got on 496 driving to downtown, and a pickup got on at Lansing Road, and he kind of shimmied a little bit, but he pulled it back, kept going, and before the next off-ramp, just spun. All 3 lanes just spinning on 496. So I'm like, well, I'm getting off here. Snowpack's better than ice.
Yeah.
somehow I did not get stuck because some of the docks you go into are dock wells. Nowadays they build buildings that are dock level, but dock wells are old school. Getting out of them, I didn't get stuck. And then at the post office,
How many
the
sets of
plow
tires
guy
did
left
you-
piles like 60 feet away from the fucking docks, so you had to drive through those great big piles. And I'm like, well, I'm gonna race through them, and hopefully I'm lined up by the time I get through it. And it was. I didn't get stuck to that either. I'm like, fuck, this thing's awesome in the snow.
Oh, I burned myself out of a couple docks.
I thought I was gonna have to, but I never did. I had a couple of them that were fucking sketch.
But, yeah, it was cold enough that everything was just fucking ice. I actually had to run a stop sign yesterday. Stop sign at the top of a hill on a dirt road that was iced over. It's like, well, if I stop, I'm not going. So, good luck everybody else.
So I think it was Tuesday. It was Tuesday. Going south on Whitneyville. We're at 100th Street. It was a 4-way stop. I slid all the way through that intersection. Truck, trailer, slid. Just brakes all the way through. Well, we got new AI cameras that will report non-stops for stop signs. Wednesday.
Technically, you're stopped. Your wheels are, anyways.
So I'm like, well, I figured
That
they'll see me run the stop sign, but they'll also see me with 100 pounds of pressure on the brakes, no wheel speed, because all of them were locked up. It was just... but then Wednesday, I go and do a run, and I come back, and I'm like, what door have I got next? To give me a door, and I go, okay. He goes, no, don't go anywhere yet. And I'm like, oh, fuck. They've seen the video. Here we go,
trouble.
kind of thing. And the next thing I know, guy comes around the corner with a cake. Congratulations, you did 15 years. And I'm like, oh, clearly you haven't seen the video yet.
Hey, 15 years and you're fired.
So I got that little piece of paper, I got that pin, and I got...
15 years and a preventable.
here's this and this.
Hey, it's not your fault. The intersection slid past your truck.
Right?
I was stopped. It just kept moving.
And it said something about a ring, and I'm like, what the fuck is a ring? Whatever. Well, apparently, 6 years ago now, I got a ring. I forgot all about it.
I got one too.
I forgot all about it. And at the 15-year mark, you get to send a ring in and get a diamond put in it. And I'm like, well, fuck. I have no idea where that ring is, but we actually found it, so it's in my car now.
Hey, Amy, give me your ring. I'm going to buy you a diamond.
The diamonds that they put in those things are like smaller than the ballpoint on the ball of a ballpoint pen. They're ridiculous. But
There's
also
like a chip.
yeah, it is. It is a zirconian fucking
So, before I show something that's going to rile some people here up, can I get a cold one out of the freezer, please?
I know exactly where you're going with this fucking mess. You get a freezer?
Oh, no. This is unrelated.
You just got one in there?
Yep. This is an unrelated thing. Just to hold that place. But, nope, not that
The
one.
cake was good, though.
I appreciate that being very honest.
You okay?
This man was just accidentally shot by a cop.
I appreciate that being very honest.
All right.
His gun.
So he got pulled over. I saw the original body cam. He got pulled over by the police. The cop asked, "Do you have anything crazy in the car?" He said, "I have a gun. It's in my pocket." Like, he's being upfront. He's being very cooperative about it. And they said, "Well, just for your safety and ours, we just want to take it off you. So we'll have you step out of the car, take it off out of your pocket. We'll finish the traffic stop, and then you'll get it back and be on your way." He's being cooperative the whole time, doing everything they want. Just, you guys remove it. That way, I'm not reaching for any dumb shit like that. There's not going to be any misunderstandings here.
I don't want to get shot, so you grab it.
So this fucking lady cop reaches into his pocket, grabs it, and it looks unholstered, which is not a great idea.
Right, that's kind of his
And finger fucked a trigger and shot him in the leg with his own gun.
But what's that on the floor, on the ground? That looks like a holster. Right there.
Then how did she get her hand on the trigger?
Well, she must have slipped it out of the holster or something.
Unless that was embedded in the pocket. I don't know. Either way, she sent a round from his own pistol into his leg.
Subsequently, she's been fired and he sued them.
He is going to be a multi-millionaire.
Jason Arrington was pulled over for allegedly running a red light. What happened during the stop was not what anyone expected.
You got anything crazy in the car?
Yeah.
What you got? You got a gun? You do? All right, where's that? It's on you? Okay. As long as you're cool.
I'm chill.
No, man, I appreciate your honesty.
I got time.
That's awesome. So what we're going to do is, just for my safety, your safety, I'm going to have you step out. All right, fair enough. And we're just going to remove the pistol from you. And then we're going to run your license to make sure everything's good. And I'm going to send you on your way. He's very compliant. He does have a pistol on him. So we're going to take him out from that side, remove the pistol, and we'll go from there.
Despite complying with the cops, things are about to take a dramatic turn.
I appreciate it, man, being very honest.
Oh, yeah, all right. You okay?
Hey,
Put the gun down.
go down. You okay? You got shot in the leg.
God, what did I do?
I think that's the holster.
I bet
Yeah,
it wasn't when he was taken out of the pocket, or when she was taking it out of the pocket. She pulled it out of the holster to see if it had a round in the chamber to inspect it or whatever, and hit the trigger and shot him.
Either way,
And when she shot him, it jerked. The rest of the holster came off. She probably shot it with the holster still halfway on the damn gun.
I'm sure she did. I bet you're right.
but some of the comments were like, his lawyer is just going to FaceTime into that meeting because do you really need to say anything else?
You can phone it in from there.
Somehow, some way, they'll find the cop not at fault,
Well,
and it's.
But he'll still
The
get a
guy-
shitload of money.
And
Oh, yeah. He'll be set.
She did what she was told to do.
Uh,
She was told to remove the pistol.
she was not told to check it. She was just told,
Remove it.
remove it from his pocket. Set it aside. Don't fuck with it. He's not under arrest for a gun charge. Don't fuck with a gun.
How do we know it wasn't a SIG? I mean, that's
Well,
a loaded. And an old boy Ron, he thinks those are the greatest gun ever. Well, they have a real bad tendency of going off on themselves. It's a whole other story.
Was that the gun that what's his name used in that movie Rust? That shot
No,
went off on its own.
no, that was a revolver one.
Not that, yeah, it was a revolver.
Anyway, you know, she's gonna have hell. He's gonna get paid.
She is not
I
making
think-
female cops look very good.
I think numerous police departments across the nation are going to say, okay, if this situation arises ever again, leave the guy in the fucking car, look him over, run his numbers. If he's clean, just let him go.
Hold on.
Because don't pull him out of the fucking car this time.
So,
Sorry, go ahead.
so they wanted to get him out of the car, get the gun, and then run his license. But if you run the plate, it tells you who the registered owner is.
It already tells you everything. You're
Usually the registered owner is the one driving it.
right. And they
You
can
should
check
know at least who the owner is if he's somewhat upstanding before you even get to the window.
that. Right. I'll give you that. And once you get there to the window, you already immediately get a vibe off the guy if If you sketch, you know what I mean?
You heard that interaction.
He
Dude was
fine.
laid back.
He was fine. They should have never pulled him out of the car. And now they're going, man, we should have never pulled him out of the car.
Oh, man. That was a real fuck up.
Fuck up, dude.
She was at the camera like,
Oh, my God. What happened? Oh, my God. Did
"That's
you
one
guys
of the guns
hear that?
had bullets. Because mine don't.
She's like Marty Five. She's not allowed to have them in hers.
Now, I've been pulled over multiple times since having a CPL.
You look sketchy.
And
You have been?
yeah,
I've only been pulled over once.
I've been-
With
and
Once.
I was carrying. I've been pulled over by state, county, and city.
Who's the bigger dickhead?
exactly my question. My question.
To be honest,
Exactly.
none of them were.
Oh.
Not a single one of them were
Well,
dickheads.
to be
Mine
fair,
was super cool, too.
to be fair, the state boys around here are county.
And see, the county guy pulled me over for not wearing my seatbelt. I wasn't wearing my seatbelt. I didn't even attempt to put the damn thing on. Once I seen him, I'm like, fuck it. Pulled over. Because he hit his brakes. I'm like, he
Here we
comes
go.
up to the car. I'm like, I had my hands on the freaking steering wheel, palms up just like this. And I said, I don't mean to interrupt you, but I have a CPL and I am carrying. And he says, where's the firearm located? And I said,
Right here.
in my door pocket, right next to my registration and proof of insurance. Oh, okay. Do you know why I pulled you over? I'm like, yep, not wearing a seatbelt. He's like, yep. Just put your damn seatbelt on. Have a wonderful rest of your day. And drove away.
Well, okay, so the other day, I was cruising down the interstate, and a state cop did one of those turnarounds behind me. So, I see him coming, maybe, but I pulled my wallet out, and I got my ID and CPL, like, ready. That way I'm not reaching,
Half out.
like, staged, so I can easily grab them, and I'm not reaching down towards where something else might be stored. So we're gonna have this available and ready. So if he does stop me, it's there and ready. And I'm not reaching for shit, and I got the card right on top, like, hey, so you're aware, I'm not a complete shithead.
I have a gun. Here's my card.
I got something for you, cop.
I do quicker than you.
Tagger it.
They call me G-Dubs.
But yeah, seeing that dude get shot because she is incompetent.
I was going to say, I also seem to think that she hasn't had much interaction with people that carry firearms. She's probably
She's a
fairly
DEI
new.
hire.
She's probably fairly new to the force, and probably not in a area where there's a lot of people that carry firearms.
Oh, she had a look on her face. It's like, I didn't realize guns had
Where-
bullets.
Wait a second, a black man with a gun.
But on the other hand, is she was dead wrong. You know what's the joke? Don't put your booger hook on the bang switch.
Yep.
Until you're ready to bang.
Okay, trigger discipline. Keep your goddamn finger off the sumbitch.
Oh, yeah.
Don't put it anywhere close to it unless you're ready to use the sumbitch.
But she's also digging around in somebody else's pocket.
I understand that. However,
But-
know you're reaching for a firearm in that pocket. Maybe be a little sensitive about what you're
Take your
touching.
sweet ass time. Feel
On the other hand-
very gently.
I think she had it out of his freaking pocket already when it went off. I think it was barely out of his pocket when it went off.
Why is she pulling hard enough to get a 4-pound trigger to go off?
Well, no, she's pulling, which means it's not even going along the trigger.
Somehow
She had to reach.
I think there's more to the story, but
Oh, yeah, she got fired. That was the other part.
Oh, by the way, the entire station's been running a train on her like that other cop.
was that Tennessee or Kentucky?
Tennessee.
What other ones you got? Any more getting pulled over with a gun? I got one.
I got pulled over by a state boy in Clarksville. This was quite a few years ago. I was carrying. And again, for seatbelt.
So learn.
But-
yeah.
Nope, I still don't wear a fucking seatbelt. Screw that shit.
Oh, I
that
wear
is-
mine religiously.
I bet.
That is VR.
I bet. Anyway, that was a state boy. He didn't give me any problems. Gave me a ticket. He says, "Have a good day," and the same. I got pulled over by a Ionia public safety.
Cubic safety.
Yeah, there you go. And he come up and, "No, I pulled you over." I'm like, "Nope." Didn't use a turn signal when I turned. I'm like,
Oh no.
but I told him the same thing. I got in the habit of I rest my wrist on the top of the freaking steering wheel every time I get freaking
That's
pulled
pretty key
over.
for those guys. That's pretty key, I think.
And I tell them I have a CPL, I am carrying, or I am not carrying. Most of the time I'm with.
How does that work when you're in the truck? All right, where's the firearm? Well, door pocket, console,
Now-
under the console floor.
Couple
Now-
in the trunk.
I
There's
have
a
never
12 gauge in the trunk, 8 pounds of tannerite.
I have never got pulled over with multiple firearms in the vehicle
Yet.
yet. I mean, I'm bound and determined. I mean, especially if I drive my truck right now, there's 2 in that, so it just, but I don't know. They've all been very cool, but again, you don't be a smartass. I know this guy in this video was not being a smartass, was not being an asshole, was not doing anything but being very respectful, even trying to joke with the cops, everything.
And on the flip side, the cops were equally as
And
respectful.
exactly. I think it was just piss poor action on the female cop's point.
I liked her face.
So I got
That's a good
Yeah,
one, aren't you?
I mean, she couldn't even say it, or maybe they bleeped it out, but that was a
Did I
fuck
do
around
that?
and find out moment. She fucked around and she found out.
I got pulled over doing 61 and a 45 in Kentwood once. Wasn't
What?
carrying. So, yeah, 61 and a 45. Trying to get through a bunch of traffic. This is when I lived in Granville. Trying to get through a clog of traffic because no one was really in a hurry and I just wanted to get out of it. And he caught me coming up a hill and whatever. I pulled right over, pulled into a parking lot, gave him CPL even though I wasn't carrying at the time, like, whatever. Just so you're aware, there could be something I may have forgotten, but I'm going to cover myself just in case. And he looked it over, and he came back after running my license, and he was fucking with his radio while he was walking towards me. I'm like, fuck, I'm going to jail. When he's messing with the radio when he's walking back, fuck, he's calling for backup.
This big bastard looks like he's going to be trouble.
But no, I just got a warning out of that one.
Mine was one.
I think it was the magic blue card that did that.
And you know, when I
And
got
being respectful.
pulled over down here for no use of turn signal or whatever, I just got a warning. I got a warning by the county guy. State boy gave me a freaking ticket. It was $65.
Do they know how to do warnings?
Yes.
They do?
Yes.
They're pretty rare.
I got one.
And it was
Actually-
a long time ago, about 15 years ago. I pulled
Oh,
up,
that's
or I got
why.
pulled over here out on 96.
Wait, was it a Super Troopers type thing, or was
Eagle.
a county boy where?
No, it was state boy. And actually, the funny thing is, I knew the guy. He grew up just down the road from me.
That's why you got the warning.
All right, I
Oh,
only
no,
get
no.
to do one of these a
Let
year.
me guess, you were banging his girlfriend. You had to jump out a
Yeah.
window or something.
Nope. He gave me a warning, and maybe because I knew him, maybe not. I don't freaking know. But it was 80 and a 70. And he gave me a warning. But now I got pulled over on, I don't know, 4350 Y off over by Sunfield. And I got clocked at 67 and a 55. Got a ticket. But at that point, I didn't have a CPL.
I haven't had a ticket in a very, very long time.
Yeah, state cop pulled me over on 131 doing 85 and a 70.
So normal speed for 131.
Yeah.
That's normal speed for you pretty much everywhere.
And he gave me, so just slow it down. He goes, you got oversized tires on this Jeep. And I go, oh, they're stock, but I shouldn't have said that. I should have, all right.
Oh yeah, you got me.
Really throws it off.
85 and a 70, and Marlene would still be riding your ass.
Last speeding ticket I got was January 12th, 2012.
Holy shit, that's a long time ago.
That was the last speeding ticket I got.
I've never actually gotten a speeding ticket.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, dude, you got some.
I've got multiple.
Hendricks almost
multiple.
lost his license.
As I say, mine was revoked in the state of Ohio.
Oh, so no big loss.
No. I mean, I continued to drive there for another 6 months until I graduated college, but my driving privilege was revoked in the state of Ohio. I have 15 points.
Jesus.
3 tickets, 15 points.
So
Okay, now, just real quick, how fast were they? Because at 15 points for 3 of them, that's got to be excessive.
Well, one was how was I doing? 65 and a 55.
10
That was
over.
a 3-point ticket in Ohio. And the other 2 were 6-point reckless op tickets.
Doing donuts or?
Sideways, fishtailing. I had my old red and white dually. Completely sideways across 6 lanes of traffic right on the main drag in Lima, Ohio. And then the other one was my S10 that I had sideways across 4 or 5 lanes of traffic. Yep, I got 6-point reckless op tickets for each
You
one.
don't hit anything with that, but with a Mustang going sideways, you're going to hit somebody.
No, I'm good.
A crowd. It'll find a crowd.
But in each one of those, not the speeding one, but the other 2, the reckless op tickets, I had to pay on site.
Oh, shit.
Oh yeah. Each one was $220.
To the college kids, that's bunch.
Oh, that's a shit ton when you don't have shit for money. Now the speeding ticket,
What was $220 back in the Model T days?
yeah.
Equivalent to like $1,000 today.
$2,000.
The speeding ticket was a little bit self-inflicted, yes, by the speed, but it was also
Fuck
me
you,
being
cop.
pretty much. They actually got me out of the car, asked to search my truck. Yeah, that was my S10. And I told the cops when they got me in their cruiser, because they sat me in their cruiser, well, they went up to, they ran
Search
everything
my
because
truck.
I'm
You're
out of
gonna
state.
regret it.
And they care if we search the truck? I'm like, or no. First question, you got any weapons? Yep. So I kind of stepped back. Well, what do you have? I'm like, well, there's a tire iron, stab somebody with a pen. I mean, name it. They're all fucking weapons, dumbass. Well, that was the start of it.
Yeah,
It was
way
me
to
being
go.
an asshole. Well, then they asked
Good
to
way to
search
start that interaction.
truck.
It's like I'm trying to get off.
Sure, but it's kind of a shithole mess, and I don't want to get a ticket for littering, so make sure whatever falls out, you guys pick the fuck up.
They underestimated
And this
him.
is the second step on
I
how
said,
to
"Oh."
get a good traffic stop.
If anybody's ever seen his Cavalier,
By
Or
the
his
way,
truck.
there was a 4 9-inch third member sitting on the passenger floor that was leaned up against the door. I said, you drop that, and you're going to pay for it.
That's the third step on how to get out of a ticket.
They opened the passenger door. It fell out on the freaking cop's foot. That cop freaking picked his leg up and was jumping, fell over.
Gotta tell ya.
And I hollered out. I said, you dumbass, you just bought that fucking thing. Yep. I ended up with a fucking speeding ticket.
That's it.
he didn't buy it, did he?
Nope.
All right.
But
So,
I peeled ass out of there when I freaking left.
I got something else. But before I kick it off, Ty, I think you're going to read this one. But what age are your guys' daughters?
13.
14.
All right. Well, here you go. Ty, you want to read it?
Yeah. Mother of Loudoun County bathroom rapist blames victim. You're 15. You can reasonably defend yourself. The mother of the skirt-wearing boy who was convicted of raping a 9th grade girl in Loudoun
Loudon.
County school restroom, said Monday that the victim was to blame for being assaulted because she did not make a stronger attempts to defend.
All right.
That's an old one, though, isn't it? Is there a date on that thing?
I don't know.
No.
I can look it up.
It says 2 hours ago.
Yeah. But I figured you guys would get a kick out of that.
Well, that's why the left lost. They were on the side of that's okay. Boys and grown men going into the restroom with the women, the wives, the daughters, the children,
Playing sports against them.
playing sports against them. That's why you lost. That's just one of the many reasons you guys fucking lost. So
So this happened a couple times.
yeah,
First assault occurred in May 2021 when the dude.
same kid.
Yeah, they moved him to a different school and he did it again.
I think I remember that one. Yeah,
Well, the judge set the kid free, by the way, as of
because
this.
he was a.
So May 2021, assaulted a girl in the bathroom. The second took place at Broad Run High School in October 2021. Between these incidents, the Loudoun County School Board approved a policy allowing transgender students to use bathrooms corresponding to their gender identity. So, yeah. If you live in Loudoun County, you better tell your school board they're piles of shit. Rape the school board. Fuck them. They don't care.
Let's see how they like it.
Yeah.
Say, hey, who's got a daughter on the board? I do. Well, so we can just rape her and it's
Cool.
fine?
No, what's her
I got a
address?
guy- I got
What's
a
your
guy with a
address?
skirt
Send
that
her to the
wants to-
bathroom. All the guys in this room are going to go stand by the bathroom door and just wait.
Hey, I got a guy with a skirt that wants to go hang out with her for a while.
This rapist kid that you guys just let go, he's going to follow her in the bathroom and see how you like it.
No,
Let him
he's
take
not
your
going to
time.
follow. We're going to lock your kid and this rapist in a bathroom. What happens, because you don't give a shit about anyone else's kids. So, fuck it, I guess. Don't actually do that. Don't traumatize a random fucking kid just to prove a point. But if you shove them in a fucking room, you know that school board's going to be losing their shit. Either way, school boards are fucking trash, but luckily with the adults back in charge of the nation, we're going to be back on the right track, unless your name is Rich, I guess. He doesn't listen.
No, he doesn't. I don't care. I don't care.
He does it for attention.
Oh, yeah. He thinks
And that's what I told him that thing. I was like, some people just, you say shit because you need attention.
But there's people that support him. Give me a fucking break.
People that agree, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's lots of shit in the news that we can hit on. So where do we even begin? Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson.
Melania is fucking hot. Let's start there.
Yes.
Let's just start right there up the get-go.
I want to know what Barron said to freaking Biden.
Get off my fucking porch, dirtbag.
No, someone...
Is that what he said?
No, but it should have been.
Someone thought he said, like, you're next. Because Biden was shook when Barron stepped away. So someone thought he said, you're fucked or you're next.
He should have. Or you should have pardoned yourself, old man.
He probably did.
I'm sure he did. Mike Johnson has established a new subcommittee to uncover the truth behind January 6th. The committee is granted the authority to scrutinize FBI officials. So how about that J6 whole thing? Where do you even begin?
Well, we'll start on January 6th. Let's start there.
Well, let's start January 5th. So a lot of people wanted to go to the Capitol to protest.
Guys just like us, just average Republican
Joe
crackers.
Schmo.
Yeah. Well, I can. Let me. Are you still linked to that TV?
No, I'm off.
You see, Trump got rid of Fauci's security. He says,
Yes.
"Yeah, you can't have it forever."
Yeah. Well, he's not wrong.
He
can
got
afford
he
it.
got rid of somebody else's Secretary of Defense or some shit or
Yeah.
I don't remember. He got rid of somebody else's too.
Okay. Let's go. I sent it to. I think I sent it to Amy.
Choose the
This one right here.
I think you endured the worst. I've talked to a lot of
Turn your-
J6ers,
turn
and I
your
don't think
phone
anyone's had to
sideways.
go through what you've gone through. You've been
Won't work.
transferred to about 30
No.
different
Instagram won't work.
prisons all around the country.
So this
Supposed
guy
to
got
keep you
screwed.
within a certain radius from your home. They violated that. It was President Trump's
Alright,
first
send me
term
that
policy that he was able to push through. There was also
When it's done,
solitary
send me the
confinement,
link.
which was used as a weapon against you. at
Watch
this
this
point.
guy.
Solitary confinement is pretty much. Three days, you get let out for 15 minutes to take a shot. That's supposed to be the rule. There was this moment in Petersburg, Virginia, where I went 3 weeks with no soap, no shower, no toothpaste, no toothbrush, no deodorant. I lived in small market. The transit, it's called diesel therapy. And what they do is they keep you in transit so you won't be in one place comfortably as punishment. It's probably like the worst punishment because you don't get to get comfortable. The most insidious thing about this whole thing, and I hate it, is how easy someone gets used to it, is kicked back in the ass. I remember my last experience that happened like 2-3 months ago. I was back in the DC Gulag. They had to transfer me over to Pollock, Louisiana. They had to bring me to Kentucky. It's a 14-hour drive from DC to Grayson County, Kentucky. And it's the first time in a long time that I was able to be with J6ers, so they filled the bus with J6ers. They're hailed as heroes in the prison system.
Yeah.
You know, I'm in the bus and wearing box cuffs, and if you don't know what box cuffs are, I suggest you guys Google it. Looks like a torture device. It's literally a pair of handcuffs that has a box over it, so it keeps your hands locked in a certain position. You can't turn your wrists, you can't bring them together, and on top of that, you have a leather belt on, and they're placed like this, so you can't. My nose itches, which is worse. So I'm used to this. I've been doing this for 3 years. So I'm sitting in the back with a bologna sandwich, tossing it back and forth, and eating it, just hanging out. I had to piss in a water bottle multiple times. Once they lock you in, they can't open that door because they have us labeled as domestic terrorists. It's cynical as shit, but imagine having to take a piss in a water bottle in a moving van in box cuffs. You gotta pull your pants down, gotta kind of lean like this. But I did piss all over the van, which means you deserve it. And then we get to Grayson County, Kentucky for 14 hours. And then suddenly the deputy comes in. He goes, hey, okay, you guys are staying, blah, blah, we're gonna put you guys in the shoe because you're a bunch of domestic terrorists. And he's like, but you, Tario, don't get comfortable, we're leaving. And I'm like, where are we going? Pollock, Louisiana. I'm like, how far is Pollock? He's like, oh, it's another like 12, 13 hours. I knew I was gonna get released from there. So I was happy about it. At the end, there was like 27 hours or 26 hours in box cuffs. You're only supposed to put an inmate, the worst inmates in the world. They're only supposed to wear them for 4 hours maximum. That day, I wore box cuffs for 27 hours. It feels like your bones are being bent at all times. There's no reprieve. It doesn't exist. And I did that for...
I think you endured the worst. I've talked to a lot of J6ers, and I don't think anyone's had to go through what you've gone through. You've been transferred to about...
Anyway.
Yeah, so
All the J6 inmates were labeled domestic terrorists, which is completely fucking wrong. They didn't do anything. I've seen a million different videos of that whole J6 day, the incident, the whole thing. I didn't see anything real violent. Anybody else? Did you see any violence?
they broke one window, and the lady got shot in the face.
And
Besides,
there was other shit.
Ashley Babbitt was the one that got shot and killed. She was labeled a domestic terrorist. Trump just pardoned her, so now she's got recognition in Arlington Cemetery because she was ex-military. She's a veteran.
so you look at a lot of the pictures, some of the pictures that came out, not the shit on CNN, and it was people walking through.
It's a guided tour. They were holding the fucking doors open for these people.
Yeah, they're going.
Capitol Police just open the doors.
Hey,
Let
how you
them in.
doing? Yeah, go give yourself a tour.
Yep, this is what you're paying for.
Yeah.
It is the people's house, right?
Supposed to be.
And still to this day, Trump won 3 times. I believe it.
I very
That's
much
why
agree.
they were there. They were there to protest that their loss, our loss, right?
The country's lost. Think of how much different the last 4 years would have been if it was the rightful winner.
In what that would have marinated to now for a new president to come in now. Because
Hold on.
that first 4 years of Trump
That
And then the
being
next
said,
4 years, if it would have been Trump.
That being said, though, I feel like Trump's a lot better off after having that 4 years off because his first set of cabinet picks was fucking garbage.
He had no idea. Now he's got a
He
reason.
trusted the people that were around him. He didn't know any better. Now he does.
But
Now it's different.
But now, okay, say his first 4 years. Getting used to it, making freaking leaps and strides on everything, and everything's looking awesome.
Peace.
Dumbass comes in,
You voted
destroys
for him.
all that in 4 years. Now Trump has to come back in, spend the next 2 years fixing everything that freaking Biden fucking destroyed that Trump had going great. And he's only got his last 2 years to start putting us back into a positive freaking go.
Situation. I will say, as much as we love Trump, we do. We all voted for him. He is not messing around. He is coming out proverbially guns a blazing.
But
He's already signed so much stuff. He signed the thing with the JFK. Did you see? I posted that on Facebook today.
actually, with that, so he signed the executive order ordering the declassification of the files regarding to the assassination of JFK, RFK, and MLK. So I looked more into it. They have 15 days to release the JFK files and 45 days to come up with a plan on how to release the rest. Like RFK and JFK. But what I liked about it was after he signed it, he said, give this pen to RFK.
Yeah, I seen that.
That's a fucking fair
RFK
family
Jr.
heirloom right there. Put that in the shadow box. The pen that finally revealed who killed his dad and uncle. What, you trying to find the video where he did it?
No, they're already making it sound like Lyndon B. Johnson was the one that hired it done.
Well, actually, other stuff has come out. Was like, actually, MLK was a real piece of shit, so it doesn't really matter. Wow. How fast the left turns.
Let's do this again.
Isn't his special day coming up soon?
Yeah, it was election day.
Yeah, it
Or
was inauguration day.
One of the guys at work called it Black Monday.
Didn't notice. I was too busy with the inauguration.
All right.
I was too busy at work.
I'm way off here. Hold on. Start over. This is just one of the things that got released already.
It hasn't been released that quick.
Huh?
It hasn't been released that quick.
They had 15 days to release all of the JFK
This is
side.
somebody just doing voiceover. This is not.
Show us the grassy knoll.
So, all right. Anyway, yeah, you get the idea. So this shit's already coming out. I think it is already coming out. Like he said, they got 15 days to get everything out.
No, 15 days for the JFK.
That's what.
They have 45 days for the RFK and MLK files.
Okay.
Sorry, to come up with a plan. They have 45 days to come up with a plan for RFK and MLK, but JFK, everything in 15 days. That's their deadline.
What are the
You
things?
wonder if anything monumental will come out of it.
think so.
Because you don't fucking trust the government.
I think so. I
I
think
hope so, but I doubt it.
the way RFK Jr. and Trump are kind of buddies now, I don't think it's going to be bullshit.
Well, I mean, it's only if what was there didn't get destroyed, and I mean,
Somebody's not going to like it coming out, for sure.
No, some way, somehow they'll find a way to destroy it before it comes out, so nobody ever sees it, and it's lost
kind of
forever.
like January 6th committee. All the text come up missing.
Well, like that,
They
Mike Johnson's
probably sent it to
trying get
Hillary's
him-
fucking
get him all
email.
arrested.
They probably sent it to Hillary's email.
Yeah, it's gone.
But
and then, as you guys were saying earlier, the how they're going after Fauci,
what a piece of shit that guy
and,
is.
and now Putin wants him arrested for crimes against humanity. Send him to us, which I'm all for that too.
Yeah.
He made $10.4 million or $1 billion or something on that whole deal. So Trump's like, he's got enough money. He can hire his own private security. No more of the government be not him. I'm like, hell yeah, brother.
Did Putin actually say that though?
It's all over. It's been
Yeah.
all over.
I know it's all over, but
Putin
shit, it's
wants
on
him.
Facebook and Instagram, all that shit. Most of it's not accurate. I mean,
What did Putin say?
He wanted him sent over there to Russia to get prosecuted for crimes against his humanity, because it was the COVID was not just an American thing.
No.
It was a worldwide thing. It turned every economy, every country upside down.
Yep. It was a really nice time where all the Democrats said, no, don't take that medication that will heal you. Take this other one that hasn't been tested yet.
I'm in the group that is still super glad that I never got the shot.
I'm glad I didn't take it.
I'm afraid
I have a lot
shots.
of friends that took it, that ended up having to take it, or took it because they thought they needed to take it, or
CJ took
or
one, and so did Dana.
I know people who were kicked out of the freaking military because they wouldn't take the jab.
Speaking of,
So do you think-
hear what
And I
Trevor
think
did with
that,
that?
I think
Police
that should be
departments-
reversed.
No, he did that.
Did he?
Yeah, I think they took care of that.
I
They're
think
reinstated.
one
and
of
all back pay.
yeah, one of the things
That
he
back
did.
pay had to be expensive.
Yeah, but they were unjustifiably kicked out based on bullshit. Basically, that was the government saying, well, you're our property, so take it or goodbye. And it was, other than honorable, which is not a great status.
Dishonorable.
But then what
yeah,
about
but-
the ones that they forced to take it in the fucking military? Are they getting compensated for being
That's what
forced to
he's
take the
saying.
shit?
No, the people that refused to take it and got kicked out, their choices were get the jab or get a other than honorable separation.
Discharge.
Like, there's 3 statuses. Honorable, which is obviously the best. Dishonorable, which no one's going to fucking touch you. No job is going to hire you. You got a dishonorable, which is probably something pretty fucking bad. And then an other than honorable, which now they're going to be like,
Gray area.
but why?
But if you say, because I refuse to get the jab, they're like, oh, yeah, everybody did.
Well, if you go to some lefty company,
Yeah.
they'll go, ooh, we don't want you around here.
They're still putting out lists of who donated to the Republican Party for this election and who donated. They're still doing it. So Home Depot was a huge donator to the Republican side, and Lowe's did the other one. Which, as we said before, I still stand by my decision. Out of the big box, Home Depot, Lowe's, Menards, Lowe's is still my least favorite, and it was before I knew that, and now it's even worse.
I only go in there if I absolutely have to. It's just not easy to find much.
No, you're right.
Whereas Home Depot is laid out in a somewhat sensible manner.
It feels like a home store, like your own Meijer.
And a Menards, frankly, I only go to Menards because it's right around the corner.
I love going to Menards. I love it.
Look, I love going to Home Depot.
Home Depot's
And I
got-
definitely know where
Home
a lot
Depot's
of
got Milwaukee.
I definitely know where a lot of stuff is at Home Depot. However, I don't want to drive half an hour to go get anything. I'll just go to the Menards. And it's a Midwestern store, which is
Get my Master Force tools.
How else am I going to save big money?
or Performax. So how's your dry January going?
So far, so good.
How you
So
feeling?
far, so good. Not any different. Lonely.
Lonely. Sleeping well?
You haven't drank in January?
Since before January.
Are you gay? Just checking.
I'll ask him a question that you actually don't know the answer to.
Yeah.
Well, if that's the case, he don't drink.
He's a lesbian.
Duh.
He's a lesbian.
No, I've been dry since before the New Year.
Good for you.
Yeah, I think next weekend I'm gonna break the seal though. That'll give me a month.
Next
I just wanted to
weekend?
see if I could do it.
Next weekend.
Well,
while we
next
sit on
Friday is
this,
January. Next Saturday is February, so no longer dry January.
But I did 30 days.
You gonna break the seal on this?
Mm-hmm. I plan on it. I'm hoping
Ooh, man,
if it works out. If it works out, if we can do it on a Saturday.
Are you allowed to do it on a Saturday?
And the professor can make it out, and we can do our big shot show because it's over today, I think. Or yesterday?
I thought it finished last Monday.
No, it started last Monday. Started the 21st to the 24th. So
Okay, today. I know AVN started yesterday.
Pervert.
So.
What's AVN?
Yeah. What is AVN?
Okay.
What is this porn you speak of?
Do we need to go back to the Pornhub ruling?
Roll the tape.
So, Doge
Oh, yeah.
is, in a way, trying to target some cost. It's pennies. You guys heard about that, right? They want to eliminate pennies from the cash flow.
It literally costs more to make a penny than they're worth.
It costs 3.7 cents to make a penny. You think about the bulk amounts of resources the mint will use to make pennies. It's going to be a lot cheaper when you're buying at that level. And it still costs almost 4 cents a penny. And they made, in 2023, they produced 4.5 billion pennies, which was about 40% of the 11.4 billion coins for circulation that were produced. 4.5 billion pennies times 3.5.
3.7.
Well, now I'm curious. 4.5 times 3.7 is $16.6 billion to make pennies. The change that everybody hates. It is only good for throwing at hobos.
I mean, I still check the dates. If they're really old, I keep them. Me and Bianca, I got Bianca into really checking dates. So the second she sees change, she's grabbing it and looking at the date. We like our really old money. The average paper money, I think, is in circulation for, 2 years? But the coin money was supposed to be in circulation for, I can't remember what it was, only a few years, but the average is actually like 30 years. I have to look at the facts again.
I've been getting a lot of 70s quarters, and that's 50 years.
Unfortunately, those aren't really, I mean, there's certain ones that are, depending on where they're made and stuff.
Oh,
The really old ones. I have a 1925 quarter, but let's move on to more.
Either way, I'm just glad they're getting rid of pennies. It is the
Doge.
dumbest change in the world.
I can't. They're gonna have to have something. We're gonna round it up, round it down.
Round it to the nickel.
You're gonna have to
What was
do away
it?
with
What was it
tax.
Trump just did?
How you can do that with tax? 6%.
Oh no, the government has to take a cut in the tax they get. How
They won't. They're
horrible.
gonna take. They're gonna round
Well,
up.
with Trump, they might have to,
I hope
because
so.
he's already looking at cutting a bunch of federal jobs. So he mandated that all the federal workers go back to in office. And I actually saw a video before I came here. Some lady was on there laughing. So some federal workers were basically saying, get the fucking jab or whatever. Or otherwise you're not going to get to work. And she was cackling like, well, I go back to the office or you can find a job somewhere else. It's the same mindset, just a little different.
Here's one that came from Wealth on Instagram. The IRS will allow you to deduct your pets on your taxes in 2025. He's going, well, I got like 10 chickens.
Yep.
I was thinking
What do they
about,
cost
We're
me for a
choking
year?
anymore.
can I count the mice that are in my garage?
People are going to count everything. They're going to say they have dogs that they don't actually have. So how are they going to actually track this shit?
The Ionia 411 page is going to be full of pets for lease for an audit.
But that's the thing.
Like JJ Sales.
When it comes to deductions, your standard deduction is $24,000. If you don't have $24,000 in deductions or over $24,000, you take the standard deduction of $24,000
Okay.
when you do your taxes. For even mileage on your car, or that shit, if you try to deduct it for business use and all that shit, even my tools, nope, I don't get $24,000 worth of deductions a year.
Then you're not doing it right. You need to add that shit up.
You need to start an LLC.
Make shit up. Wayne used to tell me, he goes, my dad used to tell me every year, if you're not getting audited, you're not screwing the government enough. Okay. I'm going to bounce one off Moody real quick.
Oh, God.
And he's going to connect to the TV. So, DEI.
Oh, you want that one
Is that
back?
the electrical
Well,
company?
We haven't hit on it, really, have we? Huh?
The electrical company?
DEI.
Right around the corner from us?
No.
Oh.
DEI
Well,
is...
I got a couple for that, actually.
So you have to hire minorities. You have to have. We want to hire.
Diversity,
We want
something.
to hire. If you have blue hair, please bring us on.
There you go. Read this guy, the bottom one first.
All right, I'll get it. Hold on. So here's every government agency has been ordered to shut down its DEI offices by tomorrow at 5, and that was a couple days ago. That was like one of his first things.
So,
right.
what is that? April...
Yep, 4/1/24. So April 1st, 2024. Elijah Manley. Great news. After a year as DEI lead at the CIA, I am proud to be joining the NSA Gov team as senior manager of the LGBTQ plus diversity programs. Looking forward to this very important work. What the hell's the plus?
So that was
Children. That's what it means.
that was a year. That was so 4/1 of 23.
That was
4/1 of 24. So that's a year. So he's been in this role for 9 months now,
Yep.
and he just got laid off.
Yep.
So, but this was. Is there more date? Because I don't.
No,
see
it's recent.
recent. Okay, and then the cover on that is Elijah Manley update. I'm laid off. Which
Because the government's getting rid of DEI hires.
where is the win in a DEI department of any company, government or small business or big corporation? I don't care. Where's the win in that? So let's hire and promote on merit.
Sounds racist.
I-
Let's not do that.
Well, thank you. All right. And
Can you
then,
give me a beer before we go on
Yes,
to
sir,
the next one?
hold on.
All right. So another one was from the ATF. Lisa T. Bovkin. Is that what? Boykin?
This one's making all sorts.
Oh,
Of,
Boykin.
this one's making all sorts of news.
Before, her job title was Chief Diversity Officer in the Office of the Director, and now it's Senior Executive Office of the Director.
A lot of
I
people
wonder
caught
if
that
it's a DEI hire.
one. No. She doesn't have
But
blue hair.
it's really funny watching the left trip over themselves to say, no, merit is bad, because then black people won't get jobs.
And I
It's a weird stand to have,
the big
considering.
corporations that maybe some of us work for, I've always said, let's bonus on performance, not across the board one number. So they do it on a percentage based, pretty much all of them, because they don't want the DEI departments
They don't want
to come
anyone
after
to be able to say racism.
that guy's slow. I mentioned it in a post today. I'm like, well, somebody said something about the trucks.
Okay, if you're going on that standard, your boy Drew, you need to dock his pay.
He
is
should be paying us.
Yeah.
He's I don't know if he's the worst. He might be.
He's down there.
He's not the worst. He's not the worst. I don't think he's the worst.
Anyways,
I like Drew to a point.
Alex.
Yeah, he might be. I think you might. Yeah. Anyway, please. Bonus on performance, bonus on merit, bonus on work ethic.
these
Okay?
are all metrics that companies keep track of, anyways. Just bonus based on that.
Or have your operations management or your manager of some sort go, okay, this guy is in group A. You have 6 groups or 10 groups, 10 levels, whatever. He's A, B, C, D, 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever.
Whoever's
Give
in the
him-
bottom
give him
group,
this
fire
percentage.
him.
Give him this percentage of what he made in the last 6 months. No, they don't do that. But
Nope, everyone's got to be treated equally. But Trump also did away with, what was that, affirmative action? He signed away, got rid of it.
good.
Because, he's got a weird idea that maybe the person that can do the job best should get the job. I know it's a novel fucking concept.
Again,
It's the
promotion.
dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Once again,
I don't think this will work.
it falls along the lines of promotion upon merit.
You done with this?
Yes, thank you.
I'm going to bed.
All right, have a good night. Stay warm.
Okay.
I hope I can get home safe. I'm molested in the sun.
You slipping dog
Don't
shit
get
on
pulled
the way
over.
It's gross. I won't slip in it. Unless,
Trip
if it's
over it.
steamy. If it's steamy.
home. Trip over it.
Thank you.
Have a good one, guys.
You too.
You too, Greg.
So, with all the affirmative action stuff being gone and all the migration,
I don't think it's gone.
well, it's on its way out. It's going to take a while to root that shit out.
Maybe for this 4 years.
But, so with all that going on, the mass deportations, people are losing their fucking minds.
Oh yeah.
There's a code word that's been floating around TikTok, like cute winter boots or something. And people are using that hashtag and they're holding, like, talk about some random shit, but they hold up a piece of paper, like, confirmed raids in these cities, like, on the paper.
Yeah.
So the algorithm just looks at what's being said, basically, not what's on the picture for the most part. So they're just trying to share information about where raids are happening to warn migrants to stay away from there. Why don't you arrest those people for a felony because they're obstructing?
I think they've made that a felony. I think.
Just start arresting these fucking hippies. It's like, look, you are getting in the way of deportation. Now, this one that I got on TV now, Ty, is partially talking about that bishop that was lecturing at Trump.
Oh yeah. Holy cow! What a
Grandstanding.
statement.
Well, if you remember, one of the things she mentioned is without migrants, who will pick the crops and clean buildings for us? Which is like that Kelly Osbourne when she went on, what was it, The View, and said, "But Mr. Trump, without migrants, who will clean your toilets?" Do you think that's all Mexicans are good for? Like, that's a pretty fucking racist viewpoint.
Well, the View's on its way out, isn't it?
I don't know why it's still on the air.
I don't know if it is. I don't watch.
Aren't they all moving to Canada?
Oh, I got a list of that for you.
No,
too.
fucking,
Thank you for bringing that up.
That one, that young little boy that came back, the lesbian, what's his fucking name? Ellen. Came back to the U.S. for a while.
Well, she moved somewhere in her
To the
yard
UK.
got washed out or somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she got flooded out or something.
Got flooded out. But, so, I'll put it on the video. But
Find it. There we go.
Democrats in the 1850s, when slaves were freed, but without slaves, who will pick my crops? And Democrats of the 2020s, but without illegal immigrants, who will pick my crops? Dude, it's the same fucking playbook. They're just really good at gaslighting people that no, it was the Republicans that did the slavery, not us, even though all the history books say the exact opposite. They say
It's
they
an
say it
argument
was
for
the
the
party.
times.
They say it was the party switch. know what the party switch was? 12 Democrats became Dixiecrats. 1 went independent, 1 went Republican, and the rest went back to Democrats. That's the party switch. 1 dude. Ooh. But when slavery was ended, Democrats founded the KKK, and to help the newly freed slaves be able to defend themselves, the Republicans formed the NRA, National Rifle Association, to help fight for their rights to defend themselves, because you shouldn't have to rely on anybody to defend yourself. That's what the NRA is for. We'll stand up for your right, you defend yourself, you're an adult.
NRA
Well, the
is getting a
Democrats-
bad rap these days, but
Well, NRA nowadays is fucking selling out left, right, and center.
yeah, it's hard to. Then they call you going, hey, we really like your support.
So that's the way it started. And then the Democrats came out with Planned Parenthood. Margaret Sanger founded it. Mm-hmm. And her whole goal was to kill, I'm going to change the language a little bit, black children. It's not the word she used. She used the N-word with an O on the end. I don't think I'm going to get away with that one. So she used that. She just wanted to kill black babies.
She wanted it to make an early solution to the problem that she felt was a problem.
Yeah. So she was a pile of shit. Hillary Clinton looked up to her and Robert Byrd, who was not a Grand Wizard of the KKK, but he was a local leader.
I thought he was a Grand Wizard.
No, that was debunked. He wasn't a Grand Wizard, but he was a local leader.
I thought he was high up there.
It's the Democrats. They tell the half-truth, like, yeah, he was in the Klan, but he wasn't a Grand Wizard.
Well, since it was the Democrats, he probably was a Grand Wizard, and they feathered it out a little.
And then they say there's a party switch in the 60s or the 80s or the 40s. They're not really clear on when they think it happened. It didn't happen. Because now the right supports the NRA for the most part, and the left supports
LGBTQXYZ
supports Planned Parenthood, among other things. Gun control, which is what the Klan wanted. All the policies are the same. They're just really good at gaslighting and saying, no, that wasn't us, because they're also the ones in charge of education. Speaking of education, did you see that lady in Philadelphia cheering on the Eagles? It was the funniest thing in the world. Did you see that one?
Yeah.
She was
EGLES
on TV. Group of people behind her.
And they all were cheering.
EGLES.
Let's go
Eagles!
Birds. Go Birds.
I'll have to pull it up
She
when we're on
spelled
break.
fucking Eagles wrong on national TV.
Oh,
Since
it
you
was
brought it
so
up,
embarrassing.
Would you like to read? Here's a short list. You may have to keep it moving just to keep the screen lit. I'll let Trigger read this one off, but there's a short list of some celebrities that said, if he wins, I will leave, and I'm going to leave, and I got all these places I'm going to go. I got a house over here. I'm buying a house over there. Canada, Europe, fucking wherever. So go ahead and.
Can I have your attention, please? Will the following people report to Terminal F Gate U? So, pretty cool on that one. Mm-hmm. So, people that said they're going to leave the country if Trump is voted into office. Mm-hmm. Miley Cyrus, also known as Hannah Montana.
Ooh. Her dad's
Whoopi
dipshit
dipshit Goldberg. Cher. She's still alive?
Barely.
Oprah. Take California with you.
Please.
Bryan Cranston. I don't even know who the hell that is.
Back up a
Breaking
little bit.
Bad
You're
guy.
covering your microphone with your hoodie.
Breaking Bad guy.
Yeah.
Of course.
Turns out he
Go
played a
figure.
criminal on the show and in real life.
Drug dealer doesn't want a Republican in office. Amy Schumer. Samuel L. Jackson. George Lopez. Joy Behar.
Behar.
She's the leader of the View.
Okay. Alec
One of the
Baldwin.
cackling hyenas.
Al Sharpton. I thought he was dead too. Nev Campbell. Well. Taylor Swift. No big loss there. Mm-mm. Barbara Streisand. I thought she's dead too. Mm-hmm. Spike Lee, he's useless anyway. Ricky Martin, send him back down to wherever the hell. Kathy Griffith, John Legend, Rosie O'Donnell. I thought she was moving out the last time Trump got in freaking office. John Stewart, Tommy Lee,
The drummer for Motley Crue.
Yeah. And Bruce Springsteen, the boss.
That's the boss.
Well, if you listen to the boss's music, he's a whiny little bitch anyways.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. But
it's a list of names that everybody's heard before. However, it is a list of irrelevance and unimportant, self-important assholes.
All right, so let's end this on a light note. Here you go, Ty, or Trig.
There you go. This is it.
Let me hear you all say ELGLES, Eagles!
ELGLES.
SES.
ELGSES.
I thought she added another L in there also.
Let me hear you all say ELGLES, Eagles!
The one S when she said it sounded like an S.
Go Birds. That is the mayor of Philadelphia.
She has got her face buried in the dirt like a fucking... Yeah, she's got to be...
So she came out and was basically saying, you know, sometimes your nerves kick up or whatever her excuse was. She was just covering for herself. But what I took out of this was she is the perfect example of why we do not need the Federal Department of Education. Because she's young enough to have been taught when there was a Federal Department of Education.
And she's old enough to know better than to spell it wrong.
She should be able to see all the signs around Philadelphia and all the shirts that say Eagles to know how to spell Eagles, not Elgses.
Elgses.
Oh, God.
What the hell is an Elgses?
I don't know.
Either way,
some sort of bird.
If I was in Philly, like your nephew used to be, I'd be embarrassed as fuck about that. That's what they voted for.
That's the best their town has to offer.
She's probably Democrat and was voted in by the fucking
everybody
libtards.
behind her went with it.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Like,
everybody around her followed her lead.
The
And
police
they're like,
leadership behind her is just going along with it.
Duh. Anyway,
She's smart.
We'll get one more in tonight. I don't know what we're going to hit on, but we're going to do a shot show. We're shooting for a shot show special next weekend, Saturday. You guys make that?
Next Saturday? Yeah.
You
It's
don't
going to be
have
a long one.
Anniversary or anything, do you? Okay.
What do you think? It's going to be a long one?
I don't know.
No.
Because there's a lot of shit.
No, I can't make it.
Why?
I have a birthday to go to.
For who?
My wife.
Right?
Here's to those that wish us well.
All the rest can go to hell. See ya.